Welcome to this new edition of a podcast with Plugin India, and we are very happy to have Shreshth Mishra with us. He's a co-founder at Simple Energy. Simple Energy is an EV startup headquartered in Bangalore who have unveiled their smart electric scooter of this year's Independence Day. Company has a strong R&D focus and are building many components of their electric scooter in-house. It has raised an undisclosed amount of pre-series funding and is in talk to raise a Series A funding of about $15 million. Let's chat with Shreshth to find out what's happening at Simple Energy. And also at the end of the video, the EV community will ask some of their questions. Mr. Shreshth, welcome to the channel.
Thank you so much, Atulji. It is an absolute pleasure for me to join you here. And just to add in the things that we are now looking to raise $100 million. So we have raised our initial what we were expecting to raise. We have raised that, and we are looking to raise $100 million more for the next round for the Series A.
Lovely. Okay. So congratulations on the launch of the Simple One. The response seems to have been phenomenal. And what's the feeling like? All the hard work, last 3 years, developing the one. What have you been up to in the last 3 years? What were the major milestones in terms of product development? So if you could start with that, Shreshth.
Definitely. So India has welcomed us with open arms. That shows that we have scope for R&D in the country. We are overwhelmed with the queries and the pre-bookings received from the customers and the people who have inquired for dealerships and all that. And the team has been working extensively on developing all the major components in-house. The powertrain, the design, the chassis, everything has been developed in-house. The team has worked really hard for the last 3 years, and that is how we have been able to achieve the milestone that we have right now, that you see the product in Simple One.
Great. Okay. So let's start with probably something which should come a bit later, but nevertheless, delivery and availability. What kind of cities is the scooter planned to be available in?
So for the first phase, we are planning 13 states: Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, Kerala, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Rajasthan, Goa, UP, Gujarat, and Punjab. These are 13 states that we are planning to go, and we'll soon put out the details of when we'll start the sales and when we'll be going out in the market.
And all of these states will have experience centers coming up, right?
Yes.
And when you talk of states, you're talking of some few cities inside those states, which probably will be the major cities of those states.
Definitely, India is a huge country, and in order to get to the all the states, we have to start with some cities at least first, and then we'll be going to more cities in the same states.
Lovely. What about tier 2 and tier 3 towns? Because some people are not sure that, say, for example, if you're in Rajasthan and you start a center in Jaipur, will people from Bikaner or Jodhpur or smaller towns than that, will they be able to buy the vehicle?
Yeah, they will. They can pre-book the vehicles, and when the delivery start, they will be notified with where is the nearest experience center and the sales network is.
Okay, right. And what about deliveries? Because again, this is a kind of a $100 million question if I were to put it, Shish. So if you'd like to just kind of reveal to us your plan on deliveries.
So we are working on it, and we'll announce in the upcoming months very soon. I know that people are very excited about the Simple One, and we are delighted to inform them that we will be putting out the information very soon.
Right. Okay. So Simple, Ola, and Ather is almost like the Trimurti of the EV scooter industry today. So, we've seen the other two Murtis taking slightly different directions as far as dealer network is concerned or distribution is concerned. So, Ola seems to have decided to go direct, and Ather has gone a more conventional via dealer network. So, what route is Simple Energy planning to take?
So we are planning with both ways: dealer network and company owned experience and service center, which will be designed by Simple Energy, and so we can match the expectations of the people of the country.
So let me get this right. Are you trying to tell me that the experience center will be owned by the company and
Yes.
the scooter will be sold through dealers, and service is kind of will be done both by the experience center people and the scooter and the dealer network? Is that what it is, or am I getting
Yes.
something wrong?
Yeah, definitely. That is the point that we are trying to make. So we will be going through the dealer network and company owned experience center, mix and match of both. That is how
Okay.
we are planning to go to the market.
Right. So in some sense, like what Bajaj is doing with Chetak.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Right. So we've read about the Simple Energy team having worked on vehicle design, chassis design, battery development, motor development. So what we want to know is how many of these components are actually going to be produced in-house? And I'll kind of come to the next question after this.
So we are an Indian company that aims at taking the country ahead in terms of technology and stay on par with the global players. So hence we have focused on building everything in-house rather than just assembling the vehicle which is imported. So we have designed almost all the major components in-house, be it the motor controller, battery, the chassis, everything.
So when you're saying design in-house, are you also planning to build it in-house? Because there's a difference
Yes.
between, because you could design it in-house and you could still get it made by a vendor. But
So
are you also planning to invest in the manufacturing of the motor or the battery packs?
yes, the motor, the battery packs, the complete powertrain will be built in-house. That will be a patented. That is our patented tech. We'll be building it in-house.
Okay. 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 And what about stuff like plastic panels? And that's a kind of also a fairly high investment area. Will that also be done in-house, or will that kind of be imported, or you'll kind of have vendors who supply that?
See, it is very difficult to find the right vendor who can provide us the good quality molds, but we have figured out based it out on the quality and the cost of the material that we're using. We figured it out.
Okay. One thing about the scooter now, what about the body panels? Aluminum or plastic?
Plastic.
Okay.
Plastic because it is
Uh,
lightweight and it is optimum to use because majority of the scooters use plastics these days. So it
right.
is well balanced in terms of strength and cost.
Okay. Uh, yeah, so I'm kind of assuming that the weight is about 110 kg, which is almost the same as I think TVS iQube and Ather. And I guess stability should be okay with that kind of a weight.
Yes.
So anything about the stability part that you'd like to tell our listeners?
Yeah, so we have tested our scooter in track and high speed stability. It's really great and feels more confident while riding at high speeds. Even brakes is capable to stop the scooter from high speed to a shorter distance.
Right. Okay, so that's something we really are looking forward to. Kind of waiting to get my hands onto your vehicle, but I guess that will have to wait for some time. Let's move on, Shrestha, and get onto the battery pack. Uh, so 4.8 kWh is something, and
Hmm.
probably is the largest battery pack today in an Indian scooter. Again, the idea of having two packs, one fixed and one removable, is also probably one of the first, right? So we got people who sworn by swapping packs. There are people who sworn by fixed packs, and here you are kind of giving the customer a choice of what to do. So, what was the rationale? What was the thinking behind having this combo, so to say?
A really great question because a lot of people have asked me that. So we have considered the user experience and decided to design the configuration that way so that you can take out the battery pack and charge it at your home. Even if you're living at a 18 floor building and you can still take out the battery pack and take it to your home. So you can use both the battery packs at different times as well. You can only use the fixed battery pack. You can also only use the removable battery pack as well. So that is how we have designed it, keeping the user experience in mind.
No, tell me about the fixed battery pack. Now, obviously, you will have to get to a charging location and parking at some point of time, right? Because the fixed pack by definition will have to kind of have a wire coming in. The removable battery pack charge the fixed battery pack? Is there a possibility?
No, that is not the option. But yeah, but if you are traveling for smaller distances, you can charge the removable battery pack and travel through it. That is what we have planned.
So, Shesht, one confusion or one clarification that we want about is that can you continue using scooter with a totally drained out fixed battery, and that's something which we like want a confirmation on that.
Yes, you can use the scooter with the removable battery pack only with the fixed battery completely discharged.
So Shresh, in that case, I just wanted to check with you. Can you use the same charger for the fixed and the removable, or are you kind of going to give two chargers with the scooter?
So we'll be giving out a 750 watt portable charger with the scooter. that you can use to charge the complete scooter. And we have something exciting in store for you for the removable battery pack. We'll be putting out more information very soon out on the website. So we have some great plans for the removable battery pack as well.
Okay, some kind of swapping, if I were to guess.
No, not swapping right now, but something that you can use to charge it at your home very quickly.
Okay, okay. Battery chemistry, NMC or LFP?
NMC.
NMC. Okay. Both for fixed as well as for the removable, right?
Yes.
Mixed modes, what is the real true life range that you can promise with both battery packs?
So right now we have tested it for optimum conditions. We have got 236 kilometers of range, and on eco mode we have got 203 kilometers. So, and also it depends upon the person riding. Everybody has different way of riding a vehicle, and also the weight, the temperature, the road conditions, the tire pressure, everything defines the range in a different way. So right now what we have done is, in ideal conditions we have achieved around 236 kilometers of range, and in eco mode we have achieved around 203 kilometers of range.
Okay, so you're right now in Bangalore. So if I were to ask you, in Bangalore traffic at speeds somewhere between 40 to 50 kmph, what kind of real life range can you expect?
So we have received around 200 kilometers of range in that.
Okay, fair enough. Next question: can customers opt just for the fixed battery option and later get an add-on pack? And what would be the range with just the fixed pack?
So no, not right now. That option is not available. So we are selling the scooter with both the battery packs.
Okay. Right. Continuing on the battery further, can we have anything special that you've done in the BMS, because you are talking of designing the entire vehicle from ground up? So anything in terms of the SOC, the DTE?
Yeah, so the basic requirements that are there in the voltage, state of charge, depth of discharge, state of health, state of power, charging current limit, discharge current limits. These are the features that are available in the BMS. Also, it is a smart BMS, so we'll be getting the data of the vehicle performance out on our servers. So to remind, only the data that is related to the performance of the vehicle, nothing personal or nothing to track with the rides that the person will be doing.
Okay, so that's nice. So some kind of privacy is kind of being maintained.
Privacy is very important, so we have kept that in mind. So our dashboard, which will be able to store the documents also, which will be encrypted, which cannot be seen by us, or it will not be sent to our servers. That will be completely only onto the vehicles.
On your vehicle. Great. For normal charging, do you have an onboard charger or is it like an external charger?
No onboard chargers, because it adds weight and which affects the range and also adds up to the cost of the scooter. So we have gone with an external charger.
If you may ask, what voltage is the scooter going to be operating at?
48-volt system.
Okay, so 48 volts onboard charger would have been okay, because all the other guys are also at 48 and they've got onboard chargers. But it's your call, of course, because the moment you have a removable battery, it's going to be difficult to kind of not give an external charger, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. So you hinted somewhere at the fast charging thing. So is that option going to be available with the scooter?
Yes, fast chargers will be an option that will be provided to the people. So we'll be using a 3.3 kilowatt hour fast charger that will help this charge the scooter faster.
So a 3.3 kW charger, right? Yeah. And what about the connector? Is it the same like a Type 2 like Ather, or have you come up with your own proprietary connector?
We have our own charging connector, which is also being used by other OEMs.
Okay. Now let's move on from the battery to the drive. We are looking at one of the first scooters which is going to be looking at a chain-driven mid-drive motor. So any particular reason for that choice, and you could just kind of let our listeners know about that.
So we are using chain drive because it is highly efficient and also very cost effective. When you compare it with the belt drive, it is more cost effective, a chain drive. So it is around 95 to 98% efficient, and we have been able to achieve the sweet spot in the noise as well, because a lot of people have the concern that chains make a lot of noise. But we have been able to hit that sweet spot where you will feel the noise and you will still be able to connect to it. You'll have the feel of riding a fast vehicle.
Okay. Right, because this is something where the belt drive does have an advantage of being able to slip if the torque is higher or whatever. But I guess that's a kind of compromise that you're going to be making it between efficiency and in terms of reliability, if you want to call it. The simple one is a connected scooter. So one of the big questions that is there is, you charge an annual fee. This has been a very controversial topic amongst the Indian EV community. Many people hate this annual fee. What's your take on it?
So we don't plan to put any subscription fees. It will be no subscription fees model. And also to the question that you asked, yes, there will be a 4G SIM in the scooter and with the Bluetooth connectivity. So you'll be able to connect your phone with the application that you can download from Google Play Store and Apple iStore. That will be available very soon.
Right. So users will have the option of putting in their own choice of 4G SIM into the scooter, right?
No, it will be prefixed. You'll not be able, the user cannot put in his own SIM, but we'll be giving a SIM with the scooter.
So how does one charge that SIM? So is the user going to do it, or is Simple going to do it? How is that going to happen?
We'll be taking care of all the data and the maintenance of all the dashboards and everything.
Okay, that's nice. Right. Moving on to the loop network that you're talking about. So what's the vision? Are these charging stations? Are these swap stations? If you could just tell us a little bit about that.
So Simple Loop is a charging station where you can go and charge the scooter quickly. So we'll be installing a 3.3 kilowatt fast charger where you can go and charge the scooter quickly and take it.
Okay, okay. Some thoughts on manufacturing. Where are you going to manufacture the scooter, the components? What's going to be the location of the factory?
So we have planned our factory in Hosur, Tamil Nadu, and battery packs controllers will be manufactured in-house. The powertrain, also known as the heart of the EV, is built in-house completely. Other components are supplied by other vendors that help us manufacture faster.
Okay. Now,
but the quality because it is a very important factor, and we are a company that focuses on quality without compromising on anything. So quality control will be done so that the product will be having high quality to maintain the premium segment features.
Right. Setting up a manufacturing plant, expansion, product launches all cost huge amount of money. Have you been funded so far, and how are you poised financially to fund the above?
So as I told you that the plan that we had for raising funds, we have successfully raised it, and we are looking to raise $100 million US for our future expansions. And we've just closed our latest funding round just after the launch. So definitely money is an important factor, but with money, the technology, the hard work, everything comes into the picture, and we are working continuously very hard to get the product out soon.
Wonderful. Amazing startup. We are really impressed with the work you and the team have done, and R&D is something which will always pay off. So there are many Simple Energy potential customers who are asking these kind of questions like, will the company last? What would your answer be to that, Shreshth?
So we are a company that are here to stay, and our customers are an extended part of our Simple family, and we are and will always be here to support them. So we are in a company which is made out of India and made for the people of India and for the people of the world. So we are focusing on the technology as well as the premiumness of the scooter to provide an experience that can people talk to about their friends and families living in outside India as well. So that is our main motto is provide a value for money.
Yeah, any milestones for this year and next financial year?
So we have our milestones. So we are planning to go for test rides this year later on, and then we'll be start delivering for next year most probably. So that is our plan. When we'll be start delivering, we'll put out all the information details very soon.
Right. So Shreshth, here are some questions from our community. So we will start with Riley Pratik, who is from Mysuru and is part of the Plug-in India Telegram group. What's the warranty going to be on the battery and the vehicle, and what components are going to be covered under the warranty?
So we are planning for 3 years warranty on the battery pack and 3 years overall vehicle warranty with the dashboard, the motor controller, and that is not applicable to the plastics that will be damaged physically on the physical accident. The rest, everything is covered on that.
Lovely. Next question is from Sudhir, who's also in the Plug-in India Telegram group. what's the IP rating of the battery, and do you have plans to sell the battery pack alone so that if we can install it on our old lead acid based scooter, um, would that be possible?
So we are going for IP67 rating, and battery packs will be only selling to the scooters that will be sold by us, because battery is something that you have to take care of, and installing it everywhere it is not possible. There have to be a lot of safety checks that have to be performed before installing the battery pack anywhere. So that is something that will not be feasible for the people right now. But in the future, we can come out with a solution for that as well.
Okay. So here is a question from your co-city resident Amit Mishra, also from Lucknow.
Okay.
He asks that after 3 years and 36,000 kilometers riding, what kind of degradation can we expect in terms of range? So if it's 200 real life now, what will be at the end of 3 years, 36,000 kilometers?
See, that actually depends on the usage, how you ride the vehicle. A lot of people ride the vehicle on 70, 80 kilometer per hour. Some people ride on 30, 40 kilometer per hour. But what I feel, there will not be a lot of degradation, because we will be getting around 1,000 cycles per cell for the battery packs, 1,000 cycles. So I don't think there will be a lot of degradation, but still I think 1 to 2%, 3% will be the degradation.
Okay, that's interesting, because we, in our experience, it's much more than that. So if you've done something interesting with the battery chemistry, we'll kind of look forward to that. But very nice, and this is something which I hope is there as part of the warranty clauses. Anyway, we'll come to that later. Next question is from Sundar in Chennai, and he wants to know whether you'll provide roadside assistance.
Yes, we will be doing that.
Okay. Okay. Now move on to a question again from the Plug-in India Telegram group. Vikram Kirthikar is regarding the loop charging network. Would you be installing this across highways, considering the scooter is providing 200 kilometers range and may motivate people to go for long trips? If yes, where all would you kind of be looking at?
So we have planned our chargers in such a way that will be available to people in a very frequent way. So to start with, the 13 states that we are going in, we'll be planting our chargers there first, and then we'll be expanding pan India.
Okay. Next question is from Nikhil Chaudhary, who is part of the Tesla Club of India. I think partly we've answered this, but nevertheless, what's the charging connector used by Simple One? Ather has open source their connector, and would Simple be ready to shift to Ather's open source connector so that Ather and Simple users can both use Ather Grid and Simple Loop?
So right now we have a different kind of charger, but in the future is all about possibilities. So definitely we can look at it in the future.
Right. Next question is from Parth Patel, who's again Plug-in India Telegram group. Can Simple provide a 230 volt AC output from the battery so that when there is a power outage, for example, we can use the scooter battery as the power backup?
Right now it is designed for a 48 volt system. So right now, no, but energy storage systems is a different segment. We are not looking at it right now, but who knows about the future? Future is all about possibilities, exploring the possibilities. So yeah, there is a possibility we can work on it, but right now, no, that is not an option.
Maybe my word of advice is, Parth, please buy a BLDC 48 volt fan, and probably you can run the fan from the battery.
That is something that is true.
Yeah. Okay. This question is from Mayank Deo of Noida, and he wants to know if the Simple One has a CBS. I'm not too sure what he means by CBS. I thought it could be a combo braking system, and he also knows what's the displacement ratio on braking.
Yes, we are using a CBS, and the displacement ratio is 60/40 is the displacement ratio that you're using right now. Okay. And it comes with a CBS. Yes.
Last question is from Pond, who is part of the Plug-in India Telegram group. So it's got 3-4 questions. I'll just ask you one by one, and then kind of, you can give me the answer. I'll ask you the next question. What is the ground clearance?
160 mm.
160 mm, right. Are nut bolts and frames of mild steel or stainless steel?
So stainless steel is not the right material to use that. There is a different grade of automotive grade of materials that we use for our nut bolts and the brakes.
Okay. Next question from him. Are the switches protected with rubber capping?
So switches, right now, what the switches we use for the vehicle were stock switches. We are designing new switches, and they will be waterproof. There will be no issues with that. So yeah, rubber capping or some kind of other capping that will be providing to stop the water from going inside the switches or the front fender, the front panel.
Right. Uh, will there be a side footstep which typically is good if because a lot of ladies like to sit astride, and so they need that extra place for putting in. So is that there as part of the design?
So we are providing something very comfortable to put your feet on. Different lady footrest is not right now in the board, but definitely we can look at it according to the customer needs.
Right. And last question coming from Bond is he's a bit worried about safety on the chain, especially because again, sarees, dupattas, things like that can kind of go and get stuck in chains. So anything that you'd like to assure him about?
So we will be putting out sari guards in the scooters because it is a compulsion. So sari guards will be there with the scooters.
Okay. Right. Okay, so Shreshth, I think that's it. We've finished with all the questions from the community. And once again, thank you very much for joining us for this podcast. Best
It has been
wishes
my
to
pleasure.
the entire team from our Plug-in India team. And we really look forward to receiving a vehicle from you and heading onto the road with it and giving some feedback to all of you. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.